Hey guys, we have some really exciting news for our F1 fans in New York City, along with the F1 community. We are partnering with SS Magazine and Stout Bryant Park to bring you guys a really dope watch party for the season opening race in Australia.
And what's a watch party without giveaways? All the details on how to enter are going to be below, and we look forward to seeing you guys there.
See you there.
Let's go.
And we're back.
Oh, we're so back.
Oh, what's up,
Welcome.
everyone?
Things may look a little different.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got a new setup here for you guys. Well,
Yeah.
mainly for us, but
Yeah. We evolved.
Yeah.
We evolved.
this is what is this, phase 2?
Yeah.
Phase 2, exactly. Yeah.
Went from Bulbasaur to Ivysaur.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Well, there's a lot that we have to talk about. I mean, we have two new teams, Cadillac and Audi, joining the
Yep.
2026 season. We have
Yep.
active Aero. We have this compression ratio controversy that's going on. And then we have drivers divided about the new regs, the new cars.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
New girlfriends.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
So.
that whole thing. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, welcome to Turn 14 podcast season 2. This is the kickoff episode before the 2026 season. My name is Mark. I have my brother here, Ben, and Matthew online.
What's up, guys?
We're just three brothers that love Formula One, and
Yeah.
we just shoot the shit about the season. You know, we have
Yeah.
a lot going on this season too, so
Yeah.
I can't wait to jump into it.
Yeah. We this is year 2 for us. We all got on a call one day and was like, "Hey, do we want to do a podcast?" And I was like, "Fuck it, yeah, let's.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's do it." And here we are. So I'm pretty proud how far we've come.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
It's exciting. And it's a good time to get into F1. And I'm excited to see where this year goes,
Yeah.
man. Just all the stuff coming out in the past few weeks has been getting me hyped.
Yeah,
So,
every time I look at my phone, it's either a new update or a new Mercedes update or
Yeah.
somebody's wing looks all weird. I mean, it's just there's a lot to go over. Everyone has a lot of big opinions.
Yep.
yeah.
So I'm excited to run through as much as we possibly can without staying here for the next 3 days.
I know,
Right.
because there was a lot that's happened since from the preseason testing to even the shakedown to preseason testing to now that we're recording. We have one more day of preseason testing. We're recording on a Thursday right now, so they're on their second day. But let's jump into it, guys. 2026 new regulations. So we are now split between the internal combustion engine, the ICE,
Yeah.
mixed with a electric engine. Well, the electric battery now. It's a full 50-50
Yeah,
split.
full hybrid now.
Yeah, like a true hybrid.
Yeah.
The MGU-H, has been removed, and the MGU-K has been boosted more. So it's like 3 times battery is being deployed now. So the cars are quick.
Yep.
It's just a matter of, how the drivers utilize the battery and how the teams are going to start utilizing the battery. So, I mean, I have a lot to say about this whole
Same.
new situation, but for anybody that's new, I believe last year was the last of its somewhat of they relied more heavily on the actual engine itself versus the electric battery that they
Right.
had to help with giving boosts. But I don't know. I just wanted to get your thoughts,
Yeah.
guys, on it. Matthew, just to
Yeah.
see where you guys stand with everything.
Well, first of all, I mean, right, this isn't new for F1. I mean, the regulations change about every 4 or 5 years, if I remember. And so, that being said, though, I do think this has been probably the biggest reg change ever in Formula One. I mean, the shift to the 50%, hybrid system is really significant, and I think we don't know yet what that kind of entails in terms of how it's going to affect racing, how it's going to affect just watching and understanding what's going on track. And so
Yeah.
It's kind of exciting. I think hopefully with the last regulations there, it made it very difficult to kind of race and get behind people and actually, have some battles on track happening. So hopefully this kind of brings us there, even if it does come with some, I don't want to say compromises. I think it's just learnings that's going to have to take place.
Yeah.
You seem a little bit more optimistic. Than
Yeah.
most.
Yeah.
I think so.
I feel like it's so for anyone who's trying to wrap their head around what this like regulation change is. So think of, if you follow baseball kind of recently in the past couple of years moved to like adding a clock to the pitchers and like throwing the ball, right? So it's a pretty significant change in how you approach the sport. So for these changes, it feels like it's moving from less of a caveman style, like just go down to the floor, to being a little bit more technical, being a little bit more thoughtful about how we drive around. And you're right, it is split between drivers, because you have your maxes who are like, no, I need to just go fast. And then you have some other people who are like, you know what, now I can kind of like chessboard my way around how to like maneuver around the track. So I can see it from both ends.
Yeah. I think it's still too early to kind of determine whether this is good or bad, right? I mean, it's only preseason testing that we've had. I mean, people are jumping the gun saying that this is going to be, like, how is this going to be entertaining? This sucks, blah, blah, blah. Like, I understand. However, I feel like some drivers like Max are very outspoken, and, the thing is that you have Max, Alonso, and Lewis, some, the three veterans that are in the sport, the three champions, well, outside of Lando, that are like kind of like come from like the old school driving style in a way. And there's this whole situation about, how do you preserve the battery? And then like when you overtake, like I feel like what's gonna happen is we're gonna have a lot of like overtaking down the straights, but then having to lift and coast. I mean, I could see. I don't know. I'm still undecided on whether or not this is going to be good for the sport or bad. I have opinions about the whole sustainability era of like where F1 is going and all that stuff, because I just feel, and we could get into that a little later if you'd like, but I just hope that it doesn't. It's. I don't know, man. It's just like the whole 50-50 electric thing. Max said it's like a Formula E on steroids, right?
Yeah.
And Lewis is saying that it's very complex for the fans to follow. There's this additional 5 seconds added to the start sequence now. So the guys could get the cars revved up high. I know anybody that's new, you're seeing a lot of these videos and you're hearing a lot about the cars having to rev at a higher RPM now, just for a little bit more, just so that way they could get the turbo spinned up, because they need again,
they can't battery.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I really, Ben, to your point, it's going to be interesting to see where how the teams utilize strategy now, and how the drivers have to then focus on, all the technical stuff. But does it take away from true racing? I think that is to be seen.
Yeah. My take on this too is that, I mean, Formula One has always felt like a bit more of a strategic sport than most people initially think. There's a lot of management going on from, the paddock and with tires and race strategies and whatnot. I think this kind of puts a bit more of that strategy into the driver's hands this time around, and it's not like the racing was simple before all of this. They still have dozens of buttons and manual controls on the cars beforehand. They were still managing a lot, and so I think this adds a bit to that, but I don't think it's gonna confuse anyone on the track.
I think it's just more than, I think the biggest thing is that the power ratio has significantly changed from naturally aspirated combustion engine to having the electric engine to help with boost.
Sure.
So it's like you're not you're relying more now on the electric portion of your car than you had previously. And I personally think when they first introduced the MG UK and H, I think it was just like during the 2021 era. Like it was obviously before that, but those generation of cars, I thought like it was like the perfect balance of engine to electric battery boost. Like you have the ERS boost when you need it. This is just I don't know. It's gonna be a little weird.
We're not gonna know until we race, and I don't think they've been put in a position to drive the car while they're under pressure or have come across scenarios where, oh shit, like I could use this boost right now, or I can use this to my advantage. So
yeah,
I think once we are in it and we are racing and we are presented opportunities to take advantage of whatever changes have happened, maybe we can start to see the lighter side or the brighter side of all of this. Max is going to be obviously very, very critical about this. Yeah. But I think we'll see it, in the first couple races, we'll see some areas where there's some overtakes or some action happening in places that we don't necessarily see often. So we'll see. We'll see.
True. And I do think with Max, he's probably just going to catch on like immediately.
Oh yeah.
Because he's Max, So
I mean, I think that's what makes a great F1 driver, right? Just you adapt to it all and you race.
Yeah.
Right? And Max does that better than anyone, so.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't think it'll be a problem.
Yeah, let's see. It's tricky. I feel like the only person that probably has any kind of advantage right now is the one rookie that's starting this year, because this is the first time he's joining.
Yeah.
What is it? I forget his name.
Arvin
Lindblad. Yeah. Lindblad. Is it Lindblad? Yeah. Arvin Lindblad. I think he's coming from F2 into F1. And this is the first F1 car he's ever driven. I'm sure F2 was somewhat similar, but different. But I feel like if anything, he it's fresh. It's this is what I have to learn, versus the guys like Alonso, Lewis, Lando, Max.
Well, okay, so I have something to say about that, because Lewis actually recently mentioned in an interview where he compared like last year. He was like, last year's car I inherited.
Yeah.
Like I inherited that car. This year's car, I was able to help like build and help and like engineer.
He did say that.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, could be in the same position. And again, we've mentioned it a bunch of times last year that everyone now has an opportunity to start fresh. So, we'll see. It seems like Mercedes has a little bit of an edge as the main story.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's pretty interesting how the hell they're doing all that too.
Yeah.
Well, Mercedes and their controversy. If you guys, if you want to jump into
it. Yeah. Let's try and explain it to in the way people, I guess, could understand. Because quite honestly, I don't necessarily understand. I can understand from like a 30,000 foot view, and I can try and explain it. But I guess I can do that. So let me understand. I'll try and explain this in layman's terms. So apparently, Mercedes was able to create an engine that operates a specific way that kind of checks the box for FIA's regulations. The FIA said if your engine can perform this way under these particular temperatures, we'll give you the check. Mercedes was like, no problem, we'll do it at that temperature. But now we're going to create it in a way that it performs even better at a hotter temperature, which was never really stated in the regulations.
Yeah.
Right. And that's where I'll stop, because I don't want to get too much credit.
We're referencing the compression ratio when it comes to like the engine. And
right.
And I think a lot of people are probably going to be a little confused on how actually that works.
Yeah.
But, I think in general, right, the higher the compression ratio in the engine, the more power essentially you can get out of it. And Mercedes has been able to hit the spec when the FIA checks and increase that when they're running it at hot.
Yeah.
And it seems without really understanding it, doesn't seem like it would be that significant of a difference, but it's a massive.
it
It's a
is a-
massive difference.
it is a
Because
massive
essentially the ratio that they're getting when they're performing is what they've had in the old regulations
Yes.
last year.
which I think it was 18-1 versus the 16-1,
Right.
which is the new regulation.
Mm.
Right.
And
So
and
everyone that's running a Mercedes engine, which I believe is what, four of the teams.
Right.
yeah, we
this
have
year?
McLaren, obviously Mercedes, Alpine, and,
Williams.
Williams.
Yeah.
Williams
They
all running Mercedes
are
engine.
Gonna have a pretty significant advantage just from that in general. But it's not all of it too. You know, there's obviously all the other parts of designing the car and the
Yeah.
spec that comes
But-
into play. But
I think it's so clever, and it speaks to just the innovation that happens. So like
mhm.
continuing the conversation about the compression ratio, and like they've developed pieces of the engine that kind of think about it like as it's expanding
Yeah,
as it gets
yeah, yeah.
hot to allow
Right.
more compression ratio, to a higher compression ratio. And the way I like to for people that are like visual, kind of like a gentle clap versus a very loud clap, like a very hard clap.
Right.
Like the tighter the squeeze, the bigger the energy, the more power that engine is getting, versus the lighter the squeeze, the lighter the energy, less power
Yeah,
the engine's
yeah.
getting. So like if you do a gentle clap, you could kind of hear that energy, and
Or
then if you
feel
do
it,
a
yeah.
harder clap, you could just
Yeah.
I don't know, just to put it in simple terms for people to kind of visualize and understand. But and I think the clever thing is that, again, this is what I mean. Like this kind of goes back to some of the episodes we did last season, where it's like people find the gray area, and
That's the
Yeah.
whole point.
yeah,
That's
and,
all F1 is. Yeah.
And now there's been an FIA statement regarding this whole compression ratio thing with the engines, and it was kind of like we acknowledge it, but we're not going to really make a decision on that until like mid-season now.
Yeah.
So who
Yeah.
knows? I think if that's the case, then Mercedes is just probably going to try to extract as much as possible from that.
Yep.
And try to get ahead before or if any new regulations change. I don't think any of the teams have caught on, well, prior now, to this whole controversy now. I don't even know if it's worth any of the new teams even developing anything like that right now, because I don't even think they can.
At
It's
this
already-
point, I think it's too late.
It's already
I
too
mean,
late.
they had to have
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
expected somebody would find something.
Yeah.
It's happened
Yeah.
almost every single time, and people continue to push the bar as much as they can. And this is something that I said to Sarah. Sarah on the Grid, shout out to Sarah on the Grid, by the way.
Yeah.
We went out to go eat in Times Square when Cadillac kind of revealed everything. And I told her, it's like, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't knock on Mercedes absolutely optimizing every single piece of this
Yeah.
car to their advantage. I mean,
Absolutely.
And
I'm sorry,
it's
teams, that you
not-
didn't think of it.
Right.
That is true.
And it's not just Mercedes too. I mean, they're all the teams are finding their little bits of advantage elsewhere too.
Yeah.
And I know Marky mentioned a bit too about the whole starting procedure stuff. Like that's a whole other aspect to what's going on, because not all of the teams are happy with how the engines are operating, or to get the turbo spooled up and the starting going. But Ferrari seems to like it, and they don't want it to change
Yeah.
because they were able to figure something out with their engine. And so that's what this is. And
Yeah.
I think it's cool for me, right? I mean, I started watching it, essentially like last year, right? And there was less of that, I think, going on at that point near the end of the regs. But now that we're in this new era, like, I feel like we're going to see dozens of these little, like, oh, but this team did that. How is that even allowed? And
Yeah.
it's
Like
it's
with the
it's
whole
awesome.
backwards wing that
Well, yeah.
Ferrari
I mean, let's
did.
jump into that, because I
Yeah,
want
that's
to
so
talk
insane.
about active Aero too. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
also another like new thing, which I thought was really
Yeah.
really cool.
It's like DRS
Can-
didn't really go anywhere, but it just renamed it and rebranded it now. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, DRS is still
Yeah.
somewhat there. It's just now you have the back wing and the front wing
Yeah.
both going,
yeah.
which I think is cool.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's really
It's
cool.
really cool.
I mean,
You're not
it makes the
limited
car
to
look a
where
little
you can do
more,
it.
like, futuristic.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. So for anybody that's trying to understand now coming into the sport that's, new. The whole active aero is new. I mean, we've had moving parts years ago in terms of like obviously DRS, back wing. We've had somewhat something similar again, like a few generations ago in terms of like the cars where the front wing kind of moved a little bit. But I think this is probably the first time that it's this like drastic, like down the straight during these what used to be DRS zones. Like now you could the front wing and the back wing both flap open, which just allows for more straight line speed, which I think is really cool.
And they can use the boost button now too.
Yeah.
Which is, I think they need to be within 1 second, but they can use it at any point of that lap. Like once they hit the detection zone, they have 1 lap to use it, however much they want. Again, I mean, this is all new to us, and all we can really do right now is speculate how this looks in theory. Once it's put into practice and we can see it actually being used, once we see someone overtake at the hairpin in Monaco, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it.
Yeah. Because I think, to add to the whole Aero thing, it's like, they open, but they also like, it is cool because like a lot of the strategy, going back to like strategy, how the teams had to strategize in terms of setups for the car. Like, yes, there's going to be some of that, but now it's a little less because they have this active aero where they, depending on the track, like a Monaco versus a Monza, for example, they wanted really high downforce, right? And less downforce, in Monza because those it's essentially just a straight line and barely, there's barely any turns. But now they have, this active aero where the flaps close when you're on corners and then open during straights. So it kind of that's something I'm really interested in seeing how the car setups are going to be now. Like, are they going to rely to like, are more cars going to be, doing less downforce on certain tracks versus, more, so less like it's going to be really interesting to see how they implement this whole new active aero into their strategy setups. Yeah. And then along with this new boost mode and overtake mode.
I feel like we may be a little disappointed in qualifying because cars maybe are not going as fast, again, allegedly. But I think we would see it be made up in actual racing. And I hope that's the case.
Which I think most people would refer to. It felt, especially last year, like most of the races were defined in qualifying. And you get past turn 1, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. And so, we'll see.
But the good true testament is if we can see some actual racing during Monaco. If we can see some people overtake and pass in some weird places.
The cars are still too big.
Yeah, still. I mean,
so Monaco needs to get.
I'm trying to save Monaco.
Monaco is never going anywhere, man. I think, to your point about qualifying, I was watching preseason testing and I caught something that I thought was really interesting. I don't know, to your point, we may actually see more runs during quali if somebody was to mess up because of the fact that they could recharge so quickly now.
Yeah.
And they could just immediately go right back into doing a hot lap. Like I believe, for example, Lewis was doing a hot lap. He messed up during one of the turns. I don't know if it was turn 10. Bahrain is fucking brutal. Everybody's fucking locking up there in turn 1 as well. But he was able to just, rev the engine really high, recharge that battery up fairly quickly. And I think that is also really cool. And then he was able to just go at another hot lap immediately. Now,
compared to last year where he would need to go back in.
Get new tires.
Okay.
They would have to recharge the battery and go out again. And so I don't know. We'll see. It could go either way.
We'll see. Well, there's a lot of changes, obviously, that are coming. Those are probably the bigger two for the actual car. But there are also some new places that we're going to. Yeah. Some new teams that are joining.
Yeah.
Which is super dope. Like, imagine in baseball they just created a new team to like join, the sport. So I'm trying to like get people to understand a little bit how big of a deal this is. So
It is. It is a big deal. I mean, it's we have Cadillac joining now, and we have essentially Audi
yeah,
doing their own thing. I mean, Audi's
Right.
coming in, generating and producing their own engine.
their own engine. I thought that
Yep.
was awesome.
I think that's pretty cool too.
It's sick.
You know, that's ballsy.
It's
Absolutely,
it
100%.
very much
Very
is.
ballsy.
I mean, Red Bull's not making the engine, but they've partnered up with Ford, right, to do their own thing too this year. And so, Audi's in a out. It's interesting with Audi because they're the only ones with their engine, right? At least Red Bull has RB to also get some data on and stuff like that. But it's this. I think there's another part of all this that's really cool too. So we have, I think, 4 engine providers right now. There's Mercedes, Ferrari, Ford,
right?
Audi. Oh, and Honda.
Honda, yeah.
So, which
When we go into the
We
team
can
by
go
team,
into that.
we'll jump into that. But I think
Yeah.
I do think it's really interesting. We have the new teams, and then we have a new track
Yeah.
that
Was it
oh
Madrid?
yeah,
Madrid. I don't even think it's gonna be ready.
I mean,
There's a lot of like speculation that it's not gonna even be ready by the time they actually get to that point. They may need to
that's crazy.
supplement like an Imola back into the calendar, because this Madrid track is supposed to be like a hybrid, like street but track, you know?
Yeah.
And from what I've saw photos, people saying that it's not even near done. There's been reports of it not being anywhere near done. I mean, it would be cool to have another new racetrack, but
Yeah.
you know, did they jump the gun? Did they like I don't know.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I don't get this. I mean,
so
a lot
there's
of this,
a couple things you got to get ready. You got to get the actual track ready,
right?
up to standards, and then you got to get, which is probably the most important thing, like crowd and like all the people who are going to be visiting and trying to figure out logistically how to get that all set up, because that shit is a mess sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I look at Vegas, which was a little crazy, but like they just need to really figure all of that out. And if they haven't made, like, when is that on the calendar? Is that later in the year?
Yeah. Which
I
one?
think so.
Madrid?
No, it's fairly like I think it's before the summer break.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could pull
A
up
lot
the
of this
calendar
seems to
now
be
if you want, but
Coming
it's
down to last minute.
it might just come down to last minute.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna wind up swapping it.
Oh, that is a
Yeah.
bad look for Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Keep
a
an
lot.
eye out for tickets for wherever they go to though, because
Yeah.
they'll be last minute. I don't think they're all sold out. So
Well, I mean, why would you buy if the track is not even close to
I
being
don't
done?
know.
So it's like, you know, it's
Lots of new stuff this year.
lots of new stuff this year. So, all right. So let's jump into the next thing, which team by team, I think it'd be cool for us to just kind of go
Yeah.
through, you know,
Yeah.
the teams, you know, starting with McLaren, you know, Lando and Oscar.
At number 1.
Lando's
man.
up at number 1
Delivery.
I
now.
love to see it, man.
Yeah,
I
it's
love to
awesome.
see it. I just want to, again, reach out to all of the Lando haters, because I know y'all are still out there. The one is on his car because he won the championship. Just want to let y'all know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think
people are so
Oscar
pissed.
is gonna bounce back this year? Do you think he's just gonna kind of fade into the distance? What do you think now
That's
that
tough.
Lando, the McLaren Golden Boy, has his championship?
That's tough because, I mean, based on preseason testing, I mean, there's nothing standing out to me on that. But we weren't expecting this last year either, and he did what he had to do, and he's a racer, so you know, maybe this might work for his, you know, in his advantage.
Yeah. I think he's competing for sure against Lando this year. It's hard to tell where McLaren lands as far as like teams in general.
Supply rules.
all he needs to do is just fix the fucking second half of the year, dude. Like,
Yeah,
you got the first half down. I don't
Yeah.
know what the hell happens later on, but hopefully these cars help him out. I think he
Yeah.
can do it. It's gonna be a interesting relationship between the two. So
It is going to be very interesting, and I think more than anything, I am curious to see how McLaren handles both of them now.
Just
You know.
leave them be.
You have a
Just shut
champion
up.
now.
But
bro.
you have a champion.
You have a
now.
champion now.
You have the champion.
That's
Does
true.
Lando? Let us know, guys. Does Lando get priority now that he is a
Right.
world champ versus Oscar? I think. Listen, Oscar's very talented, very very talented driver, and I was recently watching an interview with him, and he had nothing but nice things to say. He said, obviously, there's things that could be fixed, but he believes that there was any like real, what's the word?
Like favoritism.
Favoritism or anything like that
Mhm.
happening, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the good thing is that he seems to take a lot of ownership of some of the mistakes he's made, you know, and it's just the way it goes. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, you know?
Listen,
Yeah,
I think you have a champion now. There's going to be a pep in his step, and there's going to be maybe some unconscious bias that may potentially fall Lando's way. But I
Yeah,
guess
that's
only
true.
time will tell.
Only time will tell.
Yeah.
Can we talk about maybe delivery? Is that something that we
Yeah,
can talk
yeah.
about?
Yeah.
I mean,
Matthew, so we'll go over deliveries. If you can just maybe politely.
Yeah. I'll put them up. Don't worry.
For McLaren's livery, I hate every second of it.
they played it safe for
Every inch of that car, I do not like.
Yeah.
It's so boring.
It's very boring. To give them
McLaren.
credit though, McLaren throughout the season, I think ends up with the best liveries.
Okay.
Though. So
sure. Oh, like the
there's
special
potential.
liveries?
Yeah, the little special stuff they do, I feel like they always hit those out of the park. So, but they could have done They could have done a little bit more.
They played it safe.
this time
They could have
around.
done better.
That's all I'm gonna say. They played it
So-
safe. The livery for the what do you call it? The shakedown was pretty cool, I would say.
Oh yeah,
That
everyone
was
was on their
Yeah.
like their Bruce Wayne
Yeah.
vibe with the
Yeah.
Batmobiles out there.
Yeah.
They were dope.
Straight carbon fiber. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they should bring back that Gulf blue livery, but
Mm.
I don't think they're no longer a sponsor. But I absolutely in love
They
with
could
that.
try
baby
the Turn
blue.
14 blue.
Yeah,
I'm
word.
happy to sponsor
Yes.
that.
Yeah, seriously.
We'll take it.
Any sponsors out there,
Yeah.
let us know, please. All right.
Who's next?
Let us know what you think about deliveries as we
for
go
sure.
through them, please, in the comments
Yeah, I
below.
need to know everyone's thoughts on this.
Yeah,
'cause
'cause it
I had
looks-
very strong opinions on a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly. Next team, Ferrari. I'm honestly feeling very optimistic about Ferrari. Lewis is coming in with a very positive attitude. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Charles, the same. You know, I feel like both of them have a very positive outlook
Yeah.
to what the
Yeah.
car is going to be. You know,
Yeah.
like you said before, Lewis has more of his DNA in this car now. Maybe I'm just a hopeless romantic when it comes
Yeah.
to Ferrari, but
That's what they do.
that's what they do, right? But I will say this: they played it out of all the teams. I feel like they were the most conservative with the development of the car. I feel they have the most consistent and most reliable engine. They've had so far 0 issues. I mean, maybe not 0, but barely any issues. Maybe second
Yep.
to Mercedes. But I think even Mercedes at some point had an issue during the shakedown and some of the preseason testing with Kimi Antonelli, something happening with the engine. Ferrari was pushing that engine through fucking hell and back,
Yeah.
and I don't remember any of
yeah.
their cars breaking
No.
down.
No.
Nope.
And
Indeed.
that's a good sign. That's what I was telling everybody. Like, that's what I was thinking. If during this preseason testing stuff that you guys are watching, don't go for fastest lap because again, people could sandbag. People could be running different fuel loads. Look for reliability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No news is good news right
Yeah,
now
seriously.
for Ferrari.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and this to go back a little too, this is kind of what's really interesting about McLaren as well. They don't seem to kind of be getting spoken about a lot, but with what's going on, they've had the least amount of development because they've won the championship twice. But with Ferrari, they have been so consistent throughout this testing. I don't know if you guys saw the end of testing today, but they did a practice start, and the Ferraris look amazing.
Wow.
It was Ferrari and Haas who have both of their engines just fucking flew off of the line.
Yeah.
It was it gives me
Lewis-
hope. It gives me hope. It really
Yeah,
does.
Lewis was doing that.
And-
I watched it, and he fucking overtook like 4 cars off the fucking line.
Yeah.
Insane.
It was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
nice to
And
see.
so-
And then he overtook, I think, Kimi in turn 1. And so I really do think it's going to come down to reliability. I don't know.
Right.
Like,
Right,
they
for sure.
just seem the most consistent.
It's exciting.
This
Look,
is
they,
what I
they
want,
just
man.
launched a new wing, which is unlike anyone else that
Yeah, I
was
think
on
they
the
were
grid.
They were testing something out with that. I don't know if it's going to be their new, but it may be something that they implement on some of these
Like
less
low-
downforce tracks,
Yeah.
like very long straights.
I don't
It's
see how
clever.
that would work. It looks a little like
So
much, but
So the way that what they did for anybody that's not has no idea what we're talking about during this season, this testing that happened today, Ferrari reversed their wing, their back wing.
Yeah, it just went like
Instead of
upside down.
they put it upside down. So essentially, instead of the wind hitting the wing and forcing the car down, the wheels down to the track and making it more grippy and more downforce, they reversed it to allow more airflow, and it's somewhat lifting
yeah.
the back of the car, which allows for faster
Yeah.
straight line speed, and which allows for the rear end to be a little bit less, less grippy. Which again, that's Lewis likes that. He even said it. These cars. Obviously, the cars in general, new regs, no longer the whole downforce, the fucking tunnels that were underneath the last generation of cars.
Yeah.
So there's less downforce in general with these cars, but doing that allowed for obviously less downforce, but allowed for the back end to be a little bit more snappy, which is what Lewis likes.
Yep.
He likes to, and the same with Charles. I was watching both of them drive, and you see these guys just the back end, it's very slippery, like less grip, and it's easy to catch.
Yeah.
So with these
Yes.
cars, and I just think that's just a little clever trick that they're trying. I mean, I don't know if they're ever going to use it during the season, but I think it would be
I
pretty
love
cool
to
if
see
they
it.
did.
Love to
you know?
see it.
It's
I'm
cool.
pulling through for Ferrari.
Yeah, and I mean, I saw an interview with James Vowles, and he was asked about it, and he said, with all the teams, it's either they thought about it and like decided early on it wasn't going to work, or they've never seen it before and are going to spend all night looking into it. And he's like, and I'm waiting for my team to tell me what's going on. Essentially, he's like, we've never thought about that, and so, Ferrari's seems like they're trying this year.
Yeah.
Let's
Except with their livery, I don't really.
Oh yeah, so let's talk
I
about
don't
that.
really.
Okay, so
like
y'all
it,
don't
so.
like it apparently.
I mean, it's growing on me, honestly.
I
but,
actually
like,
loved it. I really liked it. I enjoyed the little white cap. I thought it looked pretty cool.
It kind of looks like a toilet seat to me. But, that's what it is. So
There was this one meme of the red car and then the white top and then Lewis's helmet looks like an egg cracked on a red it looked like cracked on a red like pan. It was hilarious.
that's funny.
I mean, listen, Ferrari is great with the Oro farming, man, and they did this crazy video to give us that. I mean, I don't know. Let's see.
Hey,
Let's see if they do any cool special liveries. I don't know.
I like it, and I think people are gonna like it if they actually perform. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
for sure.
for sure.
For sure.
Well, next team we have Mercedes. We spoke a little bit about them earlier about the whole controversy with the compression ratio, but overall, I think I personally think this is George's year. He's going to be fighting very closely for the championship, and I feel like a lot of people sleep on Mr. Consistent, but with the whole engine, the car looks great. Honestly, they're consistently on top in terms of like the time charts. So, I mean, I think it's going to come down to. I personally think George is going to be fighting for the championship this year.
You don't think Kimi's gonna be up there with him
think so
at
too.
all?
I think
or-
so too, but I think George
Okay.
is just overall better. Sorry, I think George is the better driver of the two.
more experience.
More
I mean,
experience.
I think he. I mean, everyone's saying it. I've seen stories come through about George being the favorite. I mean, he. Maybe that's a lot of pressure for him, but I think so far what we've seen in preseason testing, he's good. He looks good.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing
yeah.
it's not blowing me out the water or anything like that. But
Yeah, but there's a lot of hiding of stuff in
Fair.
testing. Not all the
Sandbagging.
teams are giving all their exactly. They're not showing all their performance. And
It's so funny
Mercedes of all people, I think, are going to be the ones to kind of just keep it as low as possible for now.
And none of the teams are taking ownership of like,
Yeah,
we're the best or not. Like everybody's pointing at each other. Like, no, Red Bull has the best car, McLaren has the best car, Ferrari, Mercedes does, and they're all just pointing. It's kind of like that Spider-Man meme. Everybody pointing at each other.
It's like, such a cool time right now for all of this. Like seeing it be so uncertain, I think is very interesting.
And their livery is I like it a lot. I think it looks super dope. I love the gills on the side pods. It looks pretty dope. I mentioned it looked like Adidas. I think someone on TikTok told us that it was AMG stuff.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Because most people think it's fucking Adidas stripes, bro.
Absolutely.
Almost everybody believes they're Adidas stripes. Kind of like a nod to Adidas. I mean, maybe they're the AMG.
I mean,
but I think they're Adidas stripes. Everybody.
I'm
fucking
pretty
thinks they're
sure Adidas was like, okay, that
we'll
looks
take
good. No problem.
Yeah.
They're not going to send them a cease and desist or like, hey, listen, that looks too much like us. Can you not do that? No, I think it looks dope.
Moral of the story: don't listen to people on social media. They're Adidas stripes. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah. Everybody fucking referring to them as Adidas stripes. So they're Adidas stripes. Just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so Mercedes is looking pretty good. I think again for our George is going to be up there. Kimi for sure. So only time will tell. I mean, they're just like everybody has the expectation that Mercedes is just going to be great. Even from last year, all the rumors about the engine and all that stuff.
Yep.
So I think they're just going to for sure be up there fighting because they're Mercedes and they have Toto Wolff and the Terminator, So
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Now, the next team, Red Bull. Red Bull Racing. I love the fact that they're doing a partnership with Ford to help develop the powertrain, their engine that they have. I love that Ford is coming back to F1. We technically have somewhat 3 U.S. related teams or some kind of affiliate, or we have Cadillac, we have Ford, and we have Ford.
I mean, Haas
being an American team. Yeah. So I love it. It's not a full blown Ford engine, but they did help it, on the technical side of things. So it's kind of like Red Bull, but it's eventually going to become a Ford engine, but it's just going to take years for them to develop an actual.
I think it's
F1
performing
engine.
better than people may have thought. Out of it too, because unless it's just Max doing Max things. But
well, I mean, we got also Isaac. He gets an opportunity to crush it in Red Bull, and I think he's safe. I don't think there's.
I think so too.
I think he's very safe for the season, regardless of how he performs. But I think he's gonna do. I think he's gonna do fantastic. He was always one of our like top rookies, and I continue to stand by him. And he has an opportunity now to drive a new car and actually finish the Australian Grand Prix. I think that's going to be a big moment for him.
Oh yeah.
Actually, start the Australian Grand Prix.
Start and finish.
I mean, listen, who would have thought from last year, from that to where he's at now?
Yeah.
I mean, he really had a chip on his shoulder. Like, I got to prove myself, and he did.
He did great.
But I think this is going to be. I think this is the year that the curse finally. Is done.
Let's knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood.
That's from Amazon, but I don't know if that's what.
New team principal. Like, there's been a lot of change happening in Red Bull. I feel the sentiment is more positive. Honestly, they Honda left to go to Aston Martin. We all know what's going on with that, but they developed a really strong engine that's performing really well during these preseason testing. I think they're gonna be up there for sure.
Yeah.
The livery also fire.
Fire.
I fucking love it.
One of the best ones.
Oh, yeah,
One of the best.
That blue
ones.
is beautiful.
I love that Ford metallic blue.
The metallic blue
like,
just shines off of everything. It's gonna look. I mean, it looks amazing.
Looks so aggressive.
And to see
brighten up
Max's
the team a little
bit is also kind of cool.
Yeah.
I love that Max is repping number 3.
Yeah.
Because just a little bit of Danny Rick.
Yeah.
His spirit lives on. He's not dead, but he's just
not.
I wish he would come back. Fuck.
Yeah. Quick question for you about Red Bull. do you think Max would sooner retire or switch teams based on how this seasons go? Because I don't know if he's gonna love these regs and the way that these cars drive, and even if Mercedes, I think, is like open to taking him, and he's kind of, I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's a good question.
Max is unpredictable. He can talk all this shit and then finish P1 like back to back races. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
And then still say that he hates it. It's like, I still hate this stuff. Like, I don't want to.
That's the best way to describe it.
Fine, I'll go drive and I'll go win. So I mean,
He will win and then go sim racing right after. Like,
Right.
That's what he does.
I don't think he's leaving then. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think he's gonna retire. I know there was a lot of that, little digs being thrown at him from Lando, but I love that. But it's just a bunch of people don't realize that these guys all grew up together.
Yeah.
They're like brothers. They're gonna talk shit. They're gonna poke. Yeah. They're gonna poke at each other and do all those things. And that's exactly what Lando is doing. He's like the little brother that's gonna fucking go at Max. Max is a full blown dad now with 2 kids and 4 championships under his belt. I mean, I don't think Max is anywhere near done. The day he retires is gonna be a very sad day for the sport, for sure, because I don't think we have another driver like him right now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Michaela probably won't be very happy
Michaela
about
will not
it.
be happy.
She will not be happy.
But I could also see Max going to any other motorsport and just fucking dominating just for the hell of it. Like, he's just, I'm bored. Let me go to IndyCar and just crush it.
When you're that good, you can do that.
Yeah, exactly. So let's stir the pot there.
Yeah. Well, we got Aston Martin now.
Yeah, Aston Martin. What the fuck?
Yeah, man, they look.
What the fuck?
I don't know what's going on with them, man.
Yeah, Alonso. I feel for Alonso's fucking the pain is real.
He needs like one good year, and then I think he's done. But
I think if Aston Martin doesn't perform well, I think Alonso might be just hanging up. I don't know.
They were on the back foot. They didn't get to start on time. We got interviews from both Alonso and Stroll saying that they're like 4 seconds behind.
Yeah. They could also be sandbagging too.
I'm pretty sure they're not.
I doubt.
I'm pretty sure
because they're doing a great job and they need Oscars if that's the case.
They would be sandbagging if they were actually out on the track driving and like. Yeah.
And then Mr. Adrian Newey, like he was the god that everyone was talking about, and hopefully, we'll see.
But I don't think it's remember, Adrian Newey designs cars in terms of like the Aero and all that stuff, and I think it comes down to the Honda engine that's causing the issue. And I mean, Red Bull is probably engine? Like, fucking thank God they laughed, but. I don't know. I think it comes. Maybe they'll have some time to develop, but I think when it comes to the car itself, if you were to throw a really great engine on that car, I mean, only time would tell on how it actually performs. But they had a lot of time in the wind tunnel. I mean, it's also Adrian designing the car, and again, he didn't design the engine. He designed a bunch of other things, and he just became team principal too.
That's true.
That's another thing. So if I to give him the benefit of the doubt, I don't think anybody should be blaming him yet on anything. And I think that he may be the interim principal until they find another one. I don't know, unless maybe he just stays principal.
I think he's good to stay. I mean, he's had plenty of experience throughout other teams and stuff, but I just
but becoming team principal is there's so much to just managing a team and all these other aspects.
So packed.
Versus doing. He's a fucking artist, that guy, and he needs to be in a room, just fucking creating art.
Don't interrupt me.
Classical music being played, and he's just developing a beautiful car. And I think that's what he needs more of. Maybe he does have a lot of experience under his belt, working closely with great team principals.
So one good thing I can say about Aston Martin, we didn't have an opportunity to talk about this, is their livery. I actually love their livery. The green matte, I thought, with the yellow up top, I think it was, again, my opinion, probably one of the better liveries that were out there. I think it looks super clean.
Yeah.
But that's as far as I can go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it.
that's all they got going for them.
That's
I
all they
think.
got going for
I
them.
like
Right
the
now,
little the British
unfortunately.
flag kind of like in the front nose, like the
Yeah.
kind of like fading
Yeah.
out of the car. I don't know if people.
They got
noticed
some
that.
new sponsors. Was last year was Glenfiddich, I think, was one of their sponsors.
Mhm.
Looks clean. It looks good. Whoever did it, bravo.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Well, time will tell. Let's see what happens with Aston Martin. Williams, that's another one. That's kind of
Yeah.
in
They
the
struggled
back
a
foot
bit
right now.
at the start of the testing season, right? They weren't able to
Yeah.
make the whatever it's called. I
the
forget
shakedown.
the shakedown, yeah. But
Not hearing much.
I
from
don't
them.
know. I hope they're not like bottom of the
I
midfield.
don't think they will.
I think I want to see what James Fowl has been like working on and like working like for like all of the talk for the
Mhm.
past like year and a half was their switch over to prioritize this reg and these stuff. And so if they can't do something, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. But
Yeah, not
so
much.
far they're kind of just quiet.
Quiet on preseason. James Val, that interview that you mentioned earlier, where he was like, "Well, how come we didn't think of something like this, or where we are
Yeah.
with development?" And concerns me a bit because James is usually on top of it. Like when he speaks, everyone should listen.
Yeah.
because he's brilliant in that respect. So for him to be either quiet or not necessarily share any excitement, at least from
Unless
what
they're
I saw,
sandbagging.
yeah, we'll see.
I believe.
But their livery, thoughts on that?
I like the Duracell battery on the top.
I hate
but-
it.
It's okay.
hate it.
But that's just. I mean, this is
It's
if you're
not
gonna put
different.
any, if you're gonna put that sponsor anywhere, that's like the perfect.
Oh,
place
it's
to
the
put
perfect
it.
place.
Oh yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah, but they figured that out like a few years ago.
They did,
too,
yeah,
so,
that is true.
Like,
Yeah.
Come on, Williams.
they,
Like,
I
just
don't know. Just want
was
more.
expecting more, man.
Yeah.
And when you go online and you look at people who create these like liveries, there's some amazing, talented people out there
A lot of
that
them.
create incredible looking liveries, like mock-ups or like just whatever artists out there.
Right.
Like, come on. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know what like. Are you limited to the number of like amount of colors you can use on a car? Like, I don't really know what
I
the
don't get it.
rules are, but like, come on,
Yeah.
it just upsets me.
Yeah, their livery is pretty just plain.
It's the same thing.
The same thing. Nothing
So
special. There's blue and then there's light blue and then there's some brown and black.
yeah.
It's all right, honestly. But nobody wants to. They have the golf sponsor. They could just do the golf fucking orange blue livery that I love, absolutely love. But it is what it is. Above my pay grade. The next team we have is Audi. So, as everybody knows, new team, formerly the Kick Sauber team.
Yeah.
They're developing their own engine, which I think is again very, ballsy of them to do.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm hearing that it's extremely loud, the engine that they have, and then a lot of people that are not too familiar with the sport are like, yeah, Audi's coming in, they're gonna come in and dominate. But it's just like, all right, like Audi makes some great production cars, but it's a lot for you to come into Formula One and develop your own engine and try to hit the ground running, dominating. I think they will likely be in the same spot they were with Kick Sauber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see
It's
that.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate because I think the efforts they're putting into developing their own engine, like it has to completely, I think, outdo anything. And just hearing what like Mercedes has done with their engine, and I just don't see it kind of being what's going to propel Audi up to where I think they want to be. And so maybe they'll need to shift their focus onto other stuff. But
I mean, during preseason testing, though, they were kind of middle of the pack from the times that I saw.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily see them, that far down, but
yeah, no, for sure.
we got our boy Nico still on there, so
I do
we
think
have some hope.
Nico's gonna get a second podium this season, though.
Come on, man.
I
More
hope
than
so.
one.
Yeah, let's go,
I
Nico,
hope
and an
so.
actual trophy this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Their livery?
I like it.
I like it too. I think it's cool.
I think it's cool. I
It's-
like
It's
the
very aggressive.
like a reddish
I like the
orange
red. Yeah.
sort of color
Like
on
a
there. It's-
geometric, like with the big cut down.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty
Mhm.
cool.
Listen,
It's better than that green, man. That green was crazy to me.
that green
Yeah,
was
yeah.
crazy. Honestly. All right, so we got Visa Red Bull, the sister team to Racing Bulls.
Yep.
I mean, they're up there. I think they're going to be up there because they're running the same power engine as Red Bull, and they have been. I think they're top 4 for sure. But we have Mercedes, McLaren, Red Bull, and then Visa will likely be up there. I don't know. Let's see how they look. I like their livery; it looks pretty good. I mean, they seem like they're. I don't know if they'll be fighting obviously championship stuff.
They got a
but
rookie.
they got a rookie.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
Liam
think
didn't
that's-
necessarily. He didn't really blow us away. Quite honestly, I
Right.
think he's lucky to be there. Sorry, Liam, but like.
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
no
no,
really other
I think
driver.
that's kind of how I feel about it all. They have the rookie there, and Liam Lawson doesn't. It doesn't feel like number one driver kind of to help guide a rookie kind of like.
He's also a rookie.
Okay,
have
right, and
Essentially,
so
2 new drivers.
despite. I don't think they're going to be limited on their car, to be honest, this year.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly going to be the drivers
Yeah, I agree.
that determine where they're going to be. And I'm going to guess kind of dead middle of the pack with everything. I don't see them.
It's a perfect opportunity to get
Being-
Daniel Ricciardo to come back and just help them develop a car. Just saying.
Enchante sponsor
Yeah.
across the left
Yeah.
side of it.
Yeah.
We'll just keep mentioning that throughout the year,
Yeah.
Danny, just until he gets back.
Yeah, I mean, who knows,
Well,
right?
good luck to Arvin, man. I hope he does well.
Yeah, I hope he
it's,
does well,
it's a lot
too.
of pressure for him, but again, I think with new regs,
It's the year to
some
do
of that
it
is throttled back a bit.
for sure. And their livery is again okay, nothing
It's
different.
meh.
So
Man,
I like it. It's
Yeah.
definitely better than some of the other ones, like the next team, Cadillac, that we're talking about.
yeah.
okay,
Brand new team running Ferrari engines. Obviously, I don't think outside of the engine they still have a lot to work on, which I think is the expectation, right? They got 2 veterans in the sport, Sergio Perez, Valtteri Bottas, which I'm actually really excited to see that
Love
pairing
to see
together.
that. Yeah.
top two number 2 drivers.
Yeah,
right?
top 2 number 2
so,
drivers. Yeah,
like,
but I think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna be definitely in the back foot. I think that's the expectations for them. Again, a lot of developing that needs to happen. They're a brand new team, but they came in pretty. Listen, they look a lot better than Aston Martin right now. I will say.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm feeling pretty optimistic. Nothing crazy. I don't think they're gonna be fighting for. And again, I think that's just what everybody's.
As long as they're not last, I think they've won. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly. I mean, again, Valtteri and Sergio both were very, very talented drivers. I
yeah.
think they're super underrated. And
it's
I would
awesome
always
that they're
give-
back.
Yeah, and
It's
it is crazy how that happened full circle, right?
I
mean,
can't wait to see more of Valtteri Bottas. Actually,
Yeah.
he's such a fucking goofball.
dude,
and
he's fucking hilarious.
he's gonna.
I don't know who runs
gonna-
his socials or if he does it, but it's like I'd watch him. Like I want cameras around him all the time. So I can, like,
Yeah.
follow,
Dude,
Yeah.
follow his life.
he's hilarious. All the skits that he does is fucking funny. He's
Yeah.
it's great. He never used to be that way either. He was very
Yeah.
reserved before.
Yeah.
Now he's just like, I don't give a shit.
Well, shout out
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Cadillac though, because I think they've had one of the most incredible like campaigns centered around just launching the team, livery
Yeah.
launch, driver launch. I mean, all the way from the beginning when they were teasing Valtteri, and then all of just everything that happened. I think they nailed it all the way through
Yeah.
For sure.
the installation in Times Square, the Super Bowl ad. It was great in terms of delivery. Like it's starting to grow on me a little bit. I do like the asymmetrical kind of design. I do not like the black and white. I feel like they could have added another color in there.
Yeah.
But
I think they
mean,
missed the mark with delivery.
I-
honestly.
Yeah,
I personally love it. I love the asymmetric stuff. It's kind of the uniqueness that I was expecting a bit more from some of the other teams. Like you have a brand new car, let's do
It is unique, I
something
give
a
you
little bold. the black and white. Initially, I thought it was more of a like black and silver kind of
Like a
color, which I think
chrome.
would
There's
look
like a
well.
chrome
Yeah, it's a bit
aspect
of
to it, but
some of it there. I like it.
Okay.
I would put it probably higher. Yeah,
I
one of my
their-
favorites, I think, of the year. So
Yeah,
I'm
like their
not-
better than
shakedown
McLaren's, to be honest.
livery. Oh yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, McLaren is just playing it safe. I don't know. I'm not a real big fan of the Cadillac livery. I thought that they would add some. I mean, look at Cadillac's
gold.
like WEC, liveries on those
Yeah.
those prototype cars, like with the yellow or gold or something,
Yeah.
just to add
That's
some of that
true.
like historic Cadillac.
I think a
with,
yellow
like a
would be
blue and a
awesome.
yellow would have been really
Yeah.
nice. So I mean, everybody has blue, but but
I need
No
Yellow
one's
would've been
rocking like
cool.
yellow. Yeah.
something.
I need to see their livery for the Austin
Yeah,
Grand Prix, the
Oh,
United
yeah.
States Grand Prix. They need to come hard with something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just heads up, Cadillac. We're expecting a big reveal.
So
Yeah.
they made a great move with having a Ferrari engine, I will say, because
Yeah.
it just seems really
Yeah,
reliable.
for sure.
And I
They do
also,
plan on eventually doing their own engine, right?
yeah, I believe so, but
I don't know if they would. I mean, they might plan on that, but that's a lot of development to go and take on. And if
Oh,
they're
yeah, I
going
thought
to
I-
be
I thought I- I
performing
thought I
pretty
heard that.
like
You know-
well,
you know what's really
Like-
funny about this whole Cadillac thing? It was supposed to be Andretti. That was
Yeah.
supposed to be the 11th team. He had submitted entry bids and all the stuff. I don't really know exactly.
no one
what
likes him though, right? Like,
I mean,
I
don't
know.
don't know.
but
I
the
just,
name itself, and it has a long history in just all types of
Sure, I
motorsports, But
yeah, I don't know.
but I think I don't know, something happened, and then Cadillac was just like, "This is a great opportunity for us to come in and just do this." And I don't know
Yeah.
if they'll be developing. I know Ford's supposed to be
Mm.
trying to develop their own engine with Red Bull, but
Yeah.
that's going to take years
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
that
yeah.
ever happens. So on to the next. Haas. I think they're just Haas.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just
I mean,
Haas.
they're running a Ferrari engine. I think the livery looks actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
It's one of my one of the better ones now that I'm seeing it on the side, and I like
Mhm.
the more white and red. It looks pretty cool. But again, I'm hoping. It just seems like there's just been no progress with Haas these past couple of years.
Yep.
So I don't know. Like, is this like at what point does just Haas stop being Haas and become a new team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's coming soon. I really
Yeah.
do. I mean, from what I'm hearing on their testing, they're actually looking pretty good. Some are saying there's a potential for them to get their first podium, but
to be fair, Matthew,
they've been
to
around
what
for
you-
so long.
Yeah, I know. To your point, it was both the Haas and Ferrari
The
that
Haas,
kicked
yeah,
off the
Mm.
line.
that start, Ben.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, watch it
We'll
after
actually have
this
to
because
watch
it's
that,
we'll play it
it's
back. It looks really good.
so impressive.
Yeah.
But
So-
yeah, we'll see.
Their livery, though, one of the better ones.
I like
the
it.
GR.
Mhm.
I love it. It looks very
Yeah.
race car.
Yeah, that's they're partnered with like Toyota,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, Toyota's their
And so,
the Toyota
like
GR
the GNU
Gao-
Racing, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Gazoo Racing.
Gazoo
So-
Racing is their technical partner. So I think
Yeah.
that's like Toyota's way of kind of starting to
Yeah.
come back into this, which
Yeah,
is pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And last but not least, we have Alpine.
Big
Not
shrug.
least, I think they are kind of
Big shrug.
bottom
I
team
don't
right
know.
now. Yeah,
Do they even have a new team principal?
No, it's still.
no,
Oh my goodness.
Still-
he was supposed to be temporary. Yeah,
Yeah. Jeez. I don't know how.
I
he's
don't
back in
like
the sport.
Alpine.
Yeah.
I think I've just had
Christian Horner.
a kind
gonna
of
come in.
disdain for them since
Yeah.
they got rid of Jack. But
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, Jack is the reserve driver for Haas now.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
oh,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
sick.
That is
Yeah.
pretty cool. I'm happy for him. But Alpine, I mean, I think they need an actual team principal, not a guy that's just gonna fire people
Yeah. It
randomly.
seems like that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like hire to fire, I think there's been some rumors about Christian Horner having a conversation with buying the team. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
I would
mean,
love
you
for
were-
him to
you-
come back.
That'd
I
be
mean,
so cool.
that would be
That'd be-
cool.
That'd be great.
It's
You're
kind of like the
mentioning,
villain
with
of
Haas.
F1 in a way.
Yeah. Well, I,
Yeah.
mean, I guess Flavio is one too, but I guess
He's
Yeah.
kind of, everybody, yeah. But like he's there just to be there. I don't like Christian Horner actually has won constructor
Yeah.
championships and
Yeah.
the whole teams and all that. So
Yeah.
outside of all the controversy that was happening around him,
And the livery was kind of just
the same.
I hate the pink and blue.
I'm over the pink. Come on, like do another color.
I don't like it. But to what you said, Mark, before though, I'm surprised they're around. Like you're surprised with Haas sticking around so long. I'm surprised Alpine has been around this long for.
I mean, the biggest change that they're making now is that they're no longer running their own powertrain. They have Mercedes now.
Yeah.
So let's see how that goes for them. But hopefully it pushes them up. Who knows? We'll all know during the first race. So
a few weeks, right?
Yeah, in a couple weeks.
All the teams. Well, I mean, let us know what's your favorite livery. Let us know who you're rooting for. I'm curious to see how that looks out.
I wanted to talk about something though. In terms of like F1 and how much it's growing in US just in general, and this whole like sustainability era of Formula One that we're in. And this kind of goes back to some of the drivers and the comments that they've been making. And I don't know, do you guys think that F1 is too focused on the commercial aspect of things and how they look to the world versus how the cars and the racing, like how the actual cars perform in the racing actually is, you know, like the fact that we're jumping from, you know, we're jumping to a 50-50 electric to, you know, combustion engine. Is that the right move? Are they going in the right direction? Is at some point they continue this? Is it going to become an 80% electric, 20% engine kind of thing? You know, are we going to be running V4-cylinder fucking engines? You know, like I don't like. I think it's cool. I think the happy medium was during the 2020, 2021 era of cars where they had that somewhat like hybrid engine to help with giving boost, but they're increasing the shit drastically. And I mean, if this year becomes the year where, you know, they're hoping that these overtakes happen on places that they don't typically happen. So I don't know. For me, I just want them to go back to some fucking like real fucking racing. And I think like having the boost is great, but to make it 50-50, I'm a little... Are you doing it because you want better racing? Or are you doing it because you're trying to drive more brownie points with the world and making yourself look good and sustainable? And are you doing it because you're trying to bring more corporate money into this whole thing, which is understandable, but
I don't know that...
Are you taking it away? Are you taking away from the true, what Formula One actually truly is? Because we have Formula E for a reason. And I just don't want it to become more than what it is now. I feel like this should be the very most that they ever make it 50-50, like 50-50 being the very most.
For sure.
I still think that's too much, but I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
You
Everybody
go first, Matthew?
Yeah, I think, I mean, look, in the end, it all depends on how the racing is, right? Which is the big unknown in all this. But I don't see it as just a like cash grab sort of like thing, or like to get the clout or whatever for the sustainability stuff. It's at least to a certain extent. I mean, F1 as a sport, I mean, they're flying around these cars all over the world and all this other shit. Like that's not
jets.
I know.
That's not the sustainable part that I think they want everyone to focus on. But you have to realize, like, Audi joined because of the regulations that are set now, because these engine manufacturers as a business seem to want to be shifting in that direction, right?
Yeah.
And in the end, I think Formula One is supposed to be a way for new technology to kind of be tested to its limits, understood and developed, right? And how much of that can actually translate down into consumer level stuff is a whole other question. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, what would I think upset me more is that, like, if this racing doesn't go well, right, because of the 50-50 split, if they just decide to completely get rid of all of it, I feel like that would be an overcorrection to this problem. I think there can be some benefit to having the hybrid kind of engines on there, and what they had in the past was maybe one thing. Maybe jumping to 50% was a bit like too much. But if the racing is good, the racing is good, and no one's gonna care.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to tell right now.
Well,
Yeah.
my opinion is, I mean, I guess if you can look at it from a business standpoint, right? Maybe the goal is to get more people involved into Formula One, maybe to capture an audience that otherwise wouldn't be following us. And I think they're doing a great job with that. I think just sustainable fuel, that whole word sustainable is just a word that gets tossed out there to get brownie points, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And
It's not truly sustainable if you're flying.
Right. But I
Massive
mean,
jets.
listen,
Right.
they're trying to capture an audience, and if they succeed in capturing this audience, then that's amazing. That doesn't necessarily mean they need to continue down this route. They're just going to try and capture as many people as possible, hold on to this new audience, which will in turn create more revenue for Formula One, and that's going to hopefully allow them to take things to the next level, whether that's, going back to less than 50-50. Maybe there's a new fuel that is generated at some point in the future. We don't know.
Which they are doing, and I
Right.
think that's cool that a lot of the manufacturers are developing like their own sustainable fuel. Like that part of it, I think is cool because the fuel is not really affecting much of like the performance aspect of things. But I just don't want them to get too caught up in this whole sustainability, make us look virtual signaling. I guess that's like the best way to put it, right? It's like, we are trying to get points and making ourselves look like we care about the environment and all these things, which everybody should, and I understand that completely, but it's also like
but if it compromises racing, like it compromises racing, and that's gonna be worse for them in the long run. Or like
I think so. And I mean, like you said, like only time will tell. We'll have to see during the first couple of races how this looks. And I just hope that, there's been talks about going back to V10s and all that stuff. And I just think more than anything, the people that have watched Formula One during the V10 era is just kind of is nostalgic. It's the car sounded ridiculous. They were roaring down the
right.
They honestly sound fucking awesome. They sound great.
Right.
Not saying that these don't, but the moment we start hearing more electric than we do engine, then it's just like, okay, like forget about Formula E. We might as well just watch Formula One and just if they're going to become full electric cars at some point, again, I'm not against the whole electric aspect of things. It's just, is it too much of a push now, or should we leave that for other series like V Champ and Formula E?
I mean, at the end of the day, they're not going to be able to satisfy and make everyone happy.
Yeah.
I think Formula One has been so successful because of how they approach all of this. I think with more eyes being available to watch Formula One brings a lot more opinions about, how they should be going forward. And, I have to have faith that Formula One is going to stick true to what the fans want. And maybe that means that they have to try something like this every once in a while throughout the regulations and see if it works. It's really the only way.
I just hope
let's
that
not forget.
Let's
not forget how much people hated these past regs when no one was being no one was allowed to overtake. Everyone was in DRS trains, and it was just I think what fans want from Formula One is good racing, and where that comes from, I don't think matters as much as long as we get good racing. And so, if that's what we see with these regulations, that's what they were designed to try to give us back. Then it is what it is. And before I got into F1, I always thought it would be like like these freaking hyper cars that are like huge fucking engines, and like they have the batteries to give them the torque and all this other shit, but it's not set up that way, and I think it doesn't limit how interesting it is. I think it's I think it makes it more interesting to see them be so restricted and limited on these different things. And so
moving to more technical, which brings in excitement in itself, like we mentioned at the beginning.
I mean, I agree with a lot of the stuff you guys are saying. I don't know. There's a lot to it outside of just, the racing. It's just the culture, the smells when we were going and when we're at the race and you could smell the fuel and all that stuff, the rubber, all that.
Yeah.
I just don't want, what I'm scared of is that there's always a very small, loud minority of fans that advocate for certain things like sustainability and electric and all that shit. And I just hope that they realize, okay, that's not the whole entire fan base, that a lot of the fan base truly wants them to not go in so much of a electrical side of things, that direction. I mean, again, only time will tell. I hope that if this era of cars don't perform in terms of entertainment as well, with them, that they kind of course correct, which I think they will, because at the end of the day, it is a business, and they do need to just don't get too caught up on all the I
can respect that small group of people who want it to be a certain way, but they also need to be able to compromise. And as long as everyone's willing to compromise, I mean, that's really the only route forward. 50-50 seems pretty damn like a big compromise.
Yeah.
And
in my eyes, like if Formula One wasn't like that, Formula One's not the biggest source of like sustainability issues and all this other stuff. So I just want good racing. If you get that and you can do sustainability stuff, that's awesome. We'll do it. But if it's gonna ruin it, then no. I want to see people race and have other places deal with all the other stuff.
I'll just recycle a little bit more and try and offset some of that.
Right.
Use less plastic straws.
Well,
I don't know. I just wanted to go on
I think it's something that people maybe don't think about. But I'm again, as this season moves forward and we see how things progress,
we'll look back on this.
We'll look back for sure.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're approaching towards the end of this one. So I think the last thing that we probably want to touch on would be predictions for
this is so tough.
First race. It is tough, but this is what makes it so exciting. We could do. I say this. We could do this one or two. We could focus on the race only, or we could do race and championship.
Let's do race and championship. I think it's let's just do race and championship because it's our first episode, which so far has been pretty fun. So I can go first. Race. Damn, this is tough. I'm gonna say Mercedes. I'm gonna say George and Kimi up there, just based on the knowledge that I know about their engines and stuff like that. I'm also gonna say Max being up there. As for champion, damn, this is even harder.
Because you said it now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
We probably have like one other time to change it, if anything.
For the race, I'm actually going to swap Max for a Ferrari, so I'm going to say Lewis. For champion, I'm going to say, damn, this is tough. I'm going to say,
What are you going to say, Ben?
George.
What are you
going to say?
George.
I'll say George.
That would actually be pretty.
Yeah.
I'll
awesome.
say George.
I believe it.
I believe you, girly eyes.
Girly eyes,
Yeah.
Matthew?
Just honestly, just based on what I saw at the end of testing today with that start, I am on Ferrari's side right now.
Ooh.
with winning the race. I think they just look like they kind of have things well balanced at the moment, and hopefully the potential to keep it up.
Hell yeah.
As far as the championship, though, I don't want people to forget how well McLaren develops their fucking cars, because like they they have been able to turn things around and put upgrades on these cars and have them work so well. And they have the Mercedes engine, so
Okay.
I think they're gonna take another one this year.
Nice.
So
I'm thinking Ferrari's probably going to take this first.
Yeah, I kind of
race.
want to change my answer.
Yeah, I think Ferrari might
Yeah.
take this first win, whether that's Lewis or Charles. I'm gonna be thinking Lewis is gonna win this first race.
I'd
Come
hope
on,
Lewis
Lewis.
wins it.
Come on,
Come
Lewis.
on, man.
I
I'd
do
be happy
think
with
Charles.
either.
What happened?
I'd be happy with either of them winning, but
I
think
think
Lewis
Charles
for
comes in
sure,
second,
yeah.
and we're gonna have a George Russell third.
That sounds good.
But I gotta say this, man. Something's telling me George is gonna freaking win his first championship this season. I don't know. In terms of like he is one of my favorites outside of. I will always hope that Lewis is gonna get his 8th, but only time will tell. I may just switch my answer, but I think George. Something's telling me George is gonna crush it this year.
How crazy would it be to see a George and Lewis battle for championship?
That would be
that'd be so sick.
That would
be
be
sick.
cool. It would be even better if Max was in there somehow.
Oh,
Too.
you know, Max
Oh,
is always lurking.
He's always gonna be there.
He's always
Yeah,
gonna be there.
he's
But
always-
imagine a
yeah.
3-way fucking like last year. We got Lewis, George, and Max.
Across the 3 teams would be sick
That would be
for
sick.
sure.
be sick.
But
I mean, Charles would also be cool because he deserves a fucking world championship too. But
yeah, throw him in the mix too.
throw
right?
them all
Four-way.
in there.
Yeah.
But I don't listen. I will say this: I don't think Lando's gonna get his second championship.
I don't
this
think so
season.
either.
I
I don't.
think-
But you know,
I think
like you
he's
said
gonna-
it. You know, they can come with the race with the sick ass package deal, and they can
Yeah.
crush it, man. They've done
They're
it before.
definitely kind of on the back foot a little bit. They had the least amount of wind tunnel time and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
Well,
we'll see.
let us know what you guys think. Who you think is going to be winning the first race, but
Yeah.
also who your, world championship prediction is.
Yeah.
Let us know in
Yeah.
the comments
Let us
below.
know.
Go ahead, Ben.
No, I'm just gonna say. I mean, we're excited to do this for another season.
Yeah.
We're gonna try and get things pumped out. What's our cadence? What we're trying to shoot for? We're trying to shoot for Tuesdays for
Thought
the
it was-
episodes.
Tuesdays, yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're trying to shoot for
So.
Tuesdays. It's very difficult for us to get this all done and out, but we're gonna try and keep to that cadence. We appreciate all the support. Enough for us to do this again.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
our goal is always to try and build an incredible Formula One community, not just in New York City, but everywhere around the world. As much as we can help and
yep.
reach that. That's our goal.
That is our goal. We have some really cool, exciting things lined up for our fans, our viewers, our community here in New York. I don't know if you want to touch. Do you want to touch on that and then put up or do a separate videos?
Maybe we can do a separate video,
Okay.
about it. But yeah, we're doing a lot of big things. We're partnering with a lot of great people. And
Yeah.
again, the whole point is just to try and bring the excitement and the joy and the fandom of Formula One, and build the biggest community we possibly can.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
Yeah. Until next time, I guess.
until next time.
This was great, guys.
Sweet.
It's fun to
Got
be
it.
back.
Yeah, it is fun to be back.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good.
Well,
And I mean, look at this beautiful thing. too.
Yeah, I
this is
know.
gorgeous.
We'll
Yeah.
go more into that in a separate video if you guys like.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys.
Take it easy.
Have a good one.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.